Today is Friday, January 10th, 2020. I can hardly believe that we're 10 days into the new year. And I hope that all of you are going to find that this year holds the answers to many of the questions that you have had, and you will be able to achieve a lot of the goals that you have set and are still setting for the year 2020. One of my goals particularly is to engage my students more, enroll more students into the Speak Excellent English Academy, whereby you will be receiving excellent coaching from me on being able to speak effortlessly in English with the fluency that you desire. Today, we're going to have a lesson on describing images. At this very moment, we have one student in attendance. The link has gone out for others to join. Others may join us, but if others choose not to join today and will participate on future days, that will be fantastic as well. So let us begin by asking our first student to tell a little about herself or himself, and then we will begin the lesson. You may begin. Could you introduce yourself, Ellen? I'll unmute your microphone. You'll need to unmute your microphone before you can speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you introduce yourself? Tell me the country that you're from, what some of your goals are, how long have you been practicing conversational English, and how would you like me to try and help you? Okay.
Okay. My name is Elin. I'm from Kurdistan in Iraq. Now I live in Erbil in Kurdistan. My mother language is Kurdish. Probably I can say for 4 years I'm trying to learning English, practice English, but not every day. But I don't have every day practicing. Just a few days in a week I practicing for learning English. My goal in future to find good job. This job is good for me with this is equal with my lifestyle, and learning English languages fluently. I can speak in English languages, and I have more goals, but inshallah in future I can see it.
Okay, thank you, Ellen. Well, one of the things that I would say is that you're doing the right thing by participating in conversational English classes. And if you practice daily, you will see that your ability to speak English will improve even quicker. I did understand that you said that you don't practice every day, and it may be that you don't practice every day because you feel as if you don't have someone to speak to, or there's no one that will listen to you that speaks English in a good way.
Yeah, that's right.
However, it is a good idea to practice English, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. You can, for example, listen to YouTube videos, listen to them in English, and try to mimic or imitate what you hear them say. You can do the same while watching TV or Netflix. Watch a television program and try to retell what you saw in the program. It is always a good idea to pick up a microphone and record your voice and listen to the way that you sound. When you listen to the way that you sound, you can compare your sound to the sound of the television program, the Netflix, or the YouTube. So throughout the day, just 15 minutes a day, just have a conversation with yourself, like I'm doing now. I'm talking to you, but I don't necessarily see you. I don't see you, but I could just talk to the computer as if someone is actually listening to me speak. So today, fortunately, you do get to talk with me live, and this will be recorded, or it is being recorded, and you can listen to this recording on the days that you do not have someone to speak to. listen to my voice, try to remember the things that I have said, and put those in practice. I do want to say that your sentence, I ask you, what do you do daily? You say I'm practicing. It would be I practice. I practice not every day, but maybe 3 days of the week. Not I practicing. Okay? So that was just one thing that I wanted to pick up. And if you make that correction, if you just make that correction, become aware of that one thing, that's one thing that you can now do correctly. Okay?
Yeah, but Miss Priscilla, I practice is a present simple tense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's present simple.
Are you asking me, is that present simple tense?
Yeah, it's if I say I practice, it's a present simple.
Well, what I tell my students, I don't teach you grammar. Most of the English language learners know more about grammar perhaps than I do. I just know by sound what sounds right. Whether this is present simple, present past, present future, I would need to go back and look at my notes so that I would be telling you specifically which one is correct. But I practicing is never correct, whether it's present perfect, present future. That is just grammatically incorrect in any sentence tense. It will be I will be practicing. I think that would be future perfect. I practicing is never ever correct in any form. You need to have the word be. I will be practicing. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I understand.
Okay, perfect. All right, and you can always go on YouTube and Google examples of present tense, and then you can formulate what you want as a correct sentence. So I'm going to share my screen with you now as we look at today's lesson as we develop our fluency. My goal for you for this lesson is to be able to describe one picture in perfect form. So perfect form, we'll be able to talk about one of these pictures for maybe 30 seconds in correct grammar structure. Okay?
Okay.
And it looks like one other student may be joining us now, but we'll see. So describe the picture below. Check the helpful vocabulary section if you need help. Let's look at the helpful vocabulary first. Okay? This is marvelous India. This is the picture that we're looking at the moment. Okay? The picture that we're looking at the moment is about India. Ellen, what is this picture about? Just tell me, what is this picture about? It's right here. Marvelous India. You just need
this picture is about one mosque in India.
No, I want you to say this picture is about marvelous India. Just say marvelous India.
Yeah, this picture is about a marvelous India.
Okay, I want you to say exactly what you hear me say. This picture is about marvelous India.
This picture is about marvelous India.
Perfect. So you're going to begin your description by saying, this picture is about marvelous India. Now let's look more at the vocabulary words that I'd like for you to use when you talk about this picture. Can you pronounce this first word?
Ivory.
Ivory. Ivory.
Ivory.
Very good. Ivory.
Ivory.
Ivory. And ivory is the color. Ivory, it's color. The color is white. Ivory is white. Okay?
White.
White. This color, the color of this building is white.
Okay.
And the word is pronounced
Ivory.
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 Good. The next word?
Marbly.
Marble.
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 Very good. Fretwork.
Fretwork.
Dome.
Dome.
Grand.
Grand. Grand or grain, teacher?
Grand.
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 Okay.
Again.
Majestic, grand,
Grand.
Grand.
grand,
Perfect.
majestic,
Majestic.
Majestic.
majestic. Okay.
Pillar.
Pillar,
And mausoleum.
mausoleum. What mean mausoleum?
This building here is a mausoleum.
Mausoleum, mausoleum. Okay.
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Very good. Mausoleum. Now, do you know what all of these words mean? We looked at the word ivory, and historically, hunting for ivory has been a target of criticism is a sentence. Hunting elephants for ivory is illegal in Africa. And ivory is a hard white material that elephant tusks are made of. Ivory. Okay?
Okay.
Are there any other words here that you want me to look at for their definition? Fretwork?
I read it.
Well, do you know what it means?
You know, just when I watch it, decorative carving,
Decorative, decorative, decorative,
decorative
carving. So let's look
carving.
here. Yeah, let's look here. And you can see that there are some carvings here in the building. You see the little carvings, all these little carvings? Do you see the carving?
Yeah.
That's what they call fretwork. It's decorative
Fretwork.
carving. Decorative carvings. Okay.
Decorative. Yeah, decorative carving.
The fretwork in the temple's roof is remarkably detailed. The fretwork in the temple's roof is remarkably detailed.
Okay.
Can you read that for me?
Yeah. The fretwork in the temple is remarkably detailed.
Perfect. It's remarkably detailed. So all of these details is what they call fretwork. Okay. Grand. Do you know what grand means?
No, teacher, all words is today's hard.
Okay. So let's look at each of the words individually. Grand means very large and impressive. Like this is a very grand temple. This is a very grand temple. I believe that in Iraq or in your area, you have a grand mosque. It's a huge building or a huge temple. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the word grand means. It means something very big. It's a grand palace. It's full of paintings and sculptures.
The Grand Palace is full of paintings and sculptures.
The grand scale of the universe is hard to imagine.
The grand scale of the universe is hard to imagine.
Okay, could you read the third one?
The holiday party was quite a grand event.
Very good.
The holiday party was quite a grand event.
And this one, could you read this one, please?
He came up with a grand design for the building.
Perfect.
He came up with a grand design for the building.
Okay, good. So now let's look at the word pillar. Pillar. And let's see what a pillar is. Pillar, a tall and narrow upright structure that supports a building or that stands alone. So these would be considered pillars. These things are considered pillars.
Yeah.
These are called pillars. 1, 2,
3,
4. And there are other pillars too, because here are some pillars here. There's one here. And each of these little ones here. All of these are considered pillars. Okay?
Yeah.
So these are fixtures that stand alone. Do you know what it means to stand alone?
Yeah, it means when I think it's alone in one place.
Yes, something that stands alone in one place. Now we
Yeah.
have the word marble.
marble,
And marble is a type of rock that is used as a building material and to make sculptures, often white. These columns are made of marble.
these columns are made of marble.
And can you read this one?
The palace is famous for its beautiful white marble.
Very good.
The palace is famous for its beautiful white marble.
Okay. Now let's look at the word dome.
Dome.
Could you read?
Dome.
Can you read the word? Can you read the sentence?
The dome of Florence's cathedral
Mhm.
can be seen from almost any parts of the city.
Okay, and it's a
But
rounded or circular roof. So this would be the dome. This is considered the dome. This is considered the dome.
teacher, we have 3 domes.
Yeah, there's a dome here. There's 3 domes. I would even say that these are domes as well. But in the mosque, do you have domes on the mosque? Yes or no?
Yeah, we have a dome in a mosque.
Okay, you have a dome in the mosque. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're familiar with that term, even if you don't use it frequently. Okay, so that's what a dome is. Now, majestic. Let's look at the word majestic. Can you read? What is it? What does it say here?
Beautiful and impressive,
Very good. Now read the sentence.
but you know more than the pyramids. I would like to see the Sphinx.
Sphinx.
It spins.
I think it's the Sphinx.
It yeah. It looks majestic. Yes, it's
Majestic. Majestic.
majestic. Yes, it's enormous.
Enormous.
But you know more than the pyramids. I would like to see the Sphinx. It looks majestic.
Yes, it's enormous.
Okay.
Mm.
But you know, more than the pyramids, I would like to see the Sphinx. It looks majestic. Yes, it's enormous. Okay. So majestic means very big, huge. Okay. And
Yeah,
then the last one is mausoleum. The last one is
mausoleum.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And can you read it for me?
a large building that holds someone's remains, usually someone important.
What does remains, what is the definition of remains in this sentence? What does it mean,
Um,
someone's remains?
Someone's remains is means someone can uh, have a seat in here.
Someone that has died. Someone,
Die.
yeah, they're dead. It's a dead person. A dead person's body. A dead person's body is someone's remains. Okay?
Okay.
It just means that this is what this is all that is left. The remains. Okay?
Okay. Someone that has died. Okay.
Now read, I kept hearing.
I kept hearing about this building, but I had no idea it was a mausoleum. Mausoleum built by an emperor
Emperor.
for this
Emperor.
emperor for this dead wife
Is this where this?
for his
For his dead wife. Okay?
yeah.
I kept hearing about this building, but I had no idea it was a mausoleum built by an emperor for his dead wife.
I kept hearing about this building, but I had no idea it was a mausoleum built by an emperor for his dead wife. Okay, super, super, super. So there we have words associated with this picture. So as we look at this picture, Ellen, we're going to try to use some of the vocabulary words to describe. And we will say, as I remembered mentioning, it's marvelous India. So we're going to always say, in this picture of marvelous India. So we'll start out in this picture of marvelous India. We will talk about what we see. In this picture of marvelous India, I see an ivory building with fantastic fretwork along the dome and the columns. The columns are all made of marble, and the dome is at the very top of the image. It's a majestic image, and there are several pillars in this mausoleum. Okay, did you understand what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like for you to do the same. Okay, and I will just click the words as you speak them. You can use maybe 3 or 4 of the words because I want you to be able to do this in perfect form. You may begin when you're ready. You will start by saying, in this picture of marvelous India.
In this picture of marvelous India,
Not in this picture of marvelous India, I see.
In this picture of marvelous India, I see as
Okay, let's start again, because you should already know. I want you to already know what it is that you see, not an ah and a In this picture of marvelous India, I see a grand, majestic cathedral, or whatever it is that you want to say. But I want you to eliminate those unnecessary words, Okay, try again. In this picture
of marvelous India, I see several pillars in here, several pillars, and a grand majestic have a ivory color.
Let's just stop there. So your goal for today is to be able to say this sentence. In this picture of marvelous India, I see pillars of grand, majestic. What? Now we have to have another word. I see pillars of grand, majestic. I see pillars of grand, majestic. What is? Grand, majestic pillars made of marble. I see grand pillars. I see grand, majestic pillars made of marble. Okay? So let me number them for you so that you will get your sentence correct without the unnecessary words. So the first one is going to be, let's see. In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand, majestic pillars made of marble. Okay, and that will be all that you will say. Okay, you may begin.
In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand, majestic pillars made of marble.
Okay, good. You still had an unnecessary sound in there, but you're getting close. Try again. In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand, majestic pillars made of marble.
Yeah.
Again.
In this picture of marvelous India, I see a grand, majestic pillars made of marble.
Okay, let me type what you're supposed to be saying. In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand pillars of majestic marble. Okay, that's what you see. Okay, in this picture of marvelous India, I see grand pillars of majestic marble. Again. Ellen?
Yeah, Miss Priscilla.
Please read what you see. In this picture of marvelous India.
I see. Yeah, I read it.
Yes, please.
In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand pillars of majestic marbling.
Is that word marbling or marble?
Marble?
Marble. Marble. Marble.
Marble?
Mm-hmm. It is just
Okay.
marble. It's M-A-R-B-U-L-L. Marble. Marble. Okay? And this
Okay.
Mhm. Again.
In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand pillars of majestic marble.
Perfect. And that was my goal for you today, to be able to say a sentence without errors with the fluency of English fluency. In this picture of marvelous India, I see grand pillars of majestic marble. Okay, so that is the lesson for today. I'll stop sharing. Do you have any questions that I could answer for you, Ellen?
No, just I say I'm glad for you and you are listening to me.
Okay, it is my pleasure. So now you have something that you can listen to every day so that you can spend 15 minutes a day practicing your English. Your goal is the fluency. In this picture, in this marvelous picture of India, I see pillars of whatever it is that you want to say. So practice, 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 and you will soon see that your English fluency will continue to improve. For those of you that will watch the replay, thank you so much for your time. You are also invited to join us in these free live sessions. If you learn one thing every day, your English fluency will improve over time. For those of you who wish to learn on a much expeditious way, in a most expeditious way, there is the Speak Excellent English Academy. It is a monthly subscription of $19.97. However, your first month's membership is only $5. So let me know if you would like to become a member of Speak Excellent English Academy. Until my next
Okay.
live stream, I'm Dr. Priscilla. Thanks so much, Ellen, for attending. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.